this is Aaron from Allied. We're going to take a little bit of time today and review a couple of the products that we have. I think we're going to start today with the motorized slider that we have from GVM. This is the GT-J120D, if you're looking this up. And it comes in this nice little package. This is how they send it to you. I'm going to go ahead and open this up for you. Let's see if I can get it flipped around. So this is what you're going to get. And got a nice little foam piece there. And then that's what it looks like in the kit. Alright. So I'll go ahead and pull the parts out you're going to be using. I guess I'll pull everything out that you get and just show it to you. So there's the slider itself. And then a couple of cables you're going to need. A battery. This little Allen wrench, which is important. The remote. And then another cable for that. They give you a battery charger. They give you the adapter to use that battery charger in Europe or wherever you may be. And then we have a bunch of sync cables that are going to work for if you're doing time-lapse work to get this to communicate with your camera. And here is the slider. Now the setup on this is pretty simple. What you're going to do, give yourself a little bit of room on these legs. And obviously these are meant so that if you're on something uneven, you can still come up with a way of being pretty level at the end of the day. If you're on something level like this, it's just giving yourself enough room to where that motor can operate without being inhibited. Now for us, you can use a ball head here, you can use a nice video head, or you can go directly on with the camera. For what we're going to be doing today, I'm going to go ahead and use this video head because it's pretty convenient. I just have it right here. Once you have this securely on the slider, you do want to use this when you're setting that up. There's a screw back here that you actually use this to push in when you're tightening that, which helps it to not slip on the little motor that it's on. Once you have it set though, you're going to take your remote. You're going to put the battery into the remote. You're going to connect this end to the back of the slider. And the opposite end goes into your remote. When you go ahead and turn that on, you'll see this little menu comes up. That menu, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go down to setting. Because what you're going to do with that setting is you're basically telling the motor where the start and end points are going to be for the action you want to have on the slider. When I go into that menu, the first thing that's going to come up is going to be set the start point. When I do that, I'll hit this all the way over to the edge. And I don't want to take this all the way to the very edge. I want somewhere that I'm going to be comfortable with. So right there, I hit the center button to stop it. I'm going to hold it to lock that number in. And then I'll hold that again to get back to the previous menu. Next thing I do is I set the end point. Same way I'm going to do that. Move this all the way to this end and I'll lock that in, and then it knows where the start and end is going to be on each side. That looks about right there. So same thing. I hit it to stop it, hold it to lock it in, hold it to go to the previous menu. Now I'm going to hold it again to go all the way back to our initial menu. And for this first little tutorial here, we're just going to do the video setup for it. I'm not going to get into the time-lapse part of it yet. So when we go into the video shot, we'll go into auto mode first, since I already did set the endpoints. When you're in auto mode, you can do the auto loop or auto stop. Auto loop is going to just go back and forth. Auto stop is going to be one pass to the end. So I'm going to go with auto loop. I'm going to hit that. And then I just get this going into a nice loop pattern. Now this is going to work out really well for you if you decide to use this as either an A cam with a really wide shot, or you can even use it as a B with a detail. That you can have an interview going and be running one camera and just have this giving you a nice little bit of motion on the other side. And as you can see, I'm not doing anything to this right now. It's just slowly going back and forth between the start and end points that I had originally set. which is cool. This is good enough. This is exciting. This is fun to have. This would be worth the price of admission if this was all it did. But the really cool part about this product that really for us takes it to that next level, I'm just going to go ahead and stop it here, is you have the control of what your angle looks like as well. So if I'm right here and I decide I want this end of that travel, and I just moved that little channel to the back here, and you saw how it turned the angle of that. So I'm going to see how this is actually doing a nice pivot for me as I move along. Once I get to this other edge, I can decide how I want that to resolve itself, again by just moving this channel front to back. So once I get down to this end, I decide I'm going to want, just to show off the capabilities here, we're going to get a pretty outrageous pan going here. Now and then the other setup with this is if you wanted to have a subject that was in dead center and then you wanted to have a nice little pan on that, you can set this channel on a little bit of an angle going this way, and it'll come up with this nice loop of panning on a center frame subject. Works out really nice for product work. This is also usable in interview settings. But you can see the ease in which I can change the setup, and then also how easily I can change the way that the speed of this goes. This is at 100% right now, and I can take that all the way down. You can see it slow down. That's 30% right there, which works out really well if you just want to add that little bit of motion to your shots. So far for us, utilizing this GVM GT-J120D has been a real joy. It's been real easy to work with, and it's brought a little bit of sophistication to some of our productions that we've really appreciated.